The fascinating tale of the 1978 10 Pfennig coin, a symbol of rebirth and resilience. Welcome to Old World Coins Vault. Here, we bring you the oldest, the rarest, and the most mysterious coins from around the world. Do you want to know which coin is worth millions? Which coin is hiding one of history's biggest secrets? And which coin looks ordinary today, but could make you rich tomorrow? So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's open the Old World Coins Vault. Imagine holding a small, unassuming coin in your palm, a piece of metal that weighs just 4 grams but carries the weight of a nation's history. This is the 10 Pfennig coin from the Bundesrepublik Deutschland, minted in 1978. It's not just currency, it's a storyteller, whispering tales of post-war recovery, economic miracles, and the everyday lives of millions. In this engaging narrative, we'll dive deep into its history. Our story begins in the ashes of World War II. Germany lay in ruins, cities bombed, economy shattered, people starving. Hyperinflation gripped the land, with the old Reichsmark worthless. People bartered cigarettes and coal for food. Enter the currency reform of June 20th, 1948. Under the guidance of the Allied powers, particularly the Americans, West Germany introduced the Deutsche Mark, DM. It was a bold move to stabilize the economy, curb the black market, and spark what would become known as the Wirtschaftswunder, or economic miracle. The DM was divided into 100 pfennigs, reviving an ancient subunit dating back to the 9th century, from the Latin pondus, meaning weight. The pfennig had been part of German life through empires, republics, and wars, but this new version symbolized hope. Fast forward to 1950, when the first 10 Pfennig coins of the Federal Republic of Germany, FRG, were minted. The design was simple yet profound, crafted to reflect a nation rebuilding itself. By 1978, West Germany was a powerhouse, exports booming, unemployment low, and the Cold War dividing it from East Germany. That year, Chancellor Helmut Schmidt navigated oil crises and terrorism, but everyday life hummed with prosperity. Why mint more 10 Pfennig coins in 1978? Simply put, demand. With a growing economy, small change was essential for vending machines, bus fares, and market stalls. Over 350 million were produced across 4 mints: Munich, D, Stuttgart, F, Karlsruhe, G, and Hamburg, J. It wasn't a special edition, it was practical currency made to facilitate trade in a thriving democracy. Adolf Jäger. Born in 1881 in Germany, Jäger was a renowned medalist and engraver during the Weimar Republic era. He designed numerous coins, including early pfennigs, blending artistry with functionality. Jäger passed away in 1944 amid the war's chaos, but his designs endured. For the FRG's 10 Pfennig, his oak seedling motif was adopted in 1950 and continued unchanged until 2001. Why him? His work captured German essence, resilient, rooted in tradition. The coin was engraved based on his templates, with mints handling production. Composed of brass-clad steel, 90% iron, 10% brass, it was durable, magnetic, and cost-effective, replacing scarcer copper during post-war shortages. The front side, obverse, is a masterpiece of symbolism. At its center sprouts a young oak seedling with 5 leaves and 2 acorns, arching gracefully above the year 1978. Encircling it is Bundesrepublik Deutschland, dotted with decorative beads. The oak isn't random, it's a millennia-old German icon. In folklore, oaks represent strength, eternity, and protection. Think of Thor's sacred oaks, or the icon in national anthems. Post-World War II, the seedling embodied rebirth. From war's devastation, a new Germany grew. Imagine a farmer planting an acorn in bombed soil, watching it sprout. That's the hope Jäger infused. The design's history traces to Weimar coins, but for the FRG it was refreshed to avoid Nazi-era aggression. No eagles here, just humble growth. Why this side? To remind citizens of their federal republic's fragility and potential. In 1978, amid environmental movements, it subtly nodded to sustainability. Flip to the back, reverse, and you're greeted by agrarian poetry. Two ripe rye ears curve symmetrically, framing the bold 10 Pfennig. Below sits the mint mark, a tiny letter like F for Stuttgart, indicating origin. Rye ears symbolize fertility, harvest, and rural heritage. Germany, an agricultural heartland, relied on grains. Rye bread was staple food. This design harks back to imperial coins, but Jaeger stylized it for modernity. Why rye? It thrives in poor soil, mirroring Germany's recovery from ruin. The reverse's history is tied to economic stability. Pfennigs enabled precise pricing, preventing inflation. Made in 1978 to replenish circulation as older coins wore out. Production involved striking blanks in high-pressure presses. Quality checked for errors. Rare ones fetch premiums. Beyond utility, it was a quiet propaganda tool. In the Cold War, West Germany's stable currency contrasted East Germany's shaky Ostmark. Minted under the Bundesbank's oversight, it reinforced democracy. Picture a child in 1978 buying candy with it, unaware it funded exports like Volkswagens. Picture this. A young worker in 1978 West Berlin, pockets jingling with these coins after a hard day's labor at a factory producing Siemens appliances. He buys a pretzel from a street vendor, pays exactly 10 Pfennig extra for change, and smiles. Stability felt real. Or a child in Munich using one to play Mensch ärgere dich nicht, the board game symbolizing life's small frustrations and joys. The coin was everywhere, in payphones, parking meters, church collection plates. It bridged rich and poor, urban and rural. The oak on the front and rye on the back weren't just pretty. They told a deeper tale. Oaks had symbolized German strength since ancient Teutonic tribes gathered under them for assemblies. After the horrors of 2 world wars, choosing a young seedling instead of a mighty tree was deliberate, fragile hope, not arrogant power. Rye, hardy and nutritious, reminded people of breadlines during the hunger winter of 1946 to 47, when survival depended on rationed grain. Jaeger's design whispered, "We rise again, rooted and nourished." More than 350 million of these coins were minted. Exact number, approximately 350,296,000, including proofs, which is why it is an extremely common coin. Circulated, worn from pockets and hands, $70 to $200, often just face value nostalgia. Uncirculated, MS 63 to MS 65, shiny, no wear, $200 to $1,000 with Karlsruhe, G mint slightly higher due to lower mintage, approximately 60.6 million versus. Stuttgart F's 105 million. Proof, mirror-like, from sets, $2,000 to $50,000. Rare errors. Double strike, off-center, wrong plancher. $10 to $12 million plus for dramatic ones. But these are uncommon for 1978. No standard. 1978, 10 Pfennig reaches millions. Claims of millions usually refer to extreme rarities from other eras or fakes. Collectors prize it for sets completing the DM series or as affordable history. On platforms like eBay, Numista, or MA shops, you can buy singles for pennies or full date runs for $1,000. The coin's true value lies in stories, a bridge from devastation to prosperity, a tiny ambassador of West Germany's success story. When the euro arrived, many mourned the DM's end. Simple, colorful, trusted. The 10 Pfennig embodied that era's optimism.